Have you ever thought of why the SEC is seeking to regulate all cryptos? Well, in this video, I'll be proving to you that not only does the SEC want to regulate all cryptos, but it is secretly also after destroying all cryptos, most especially XRP. Stick with me to the end of the video to learn more. If this sounds like something of much interest to you, be sure to check out this new video starting now. Hello everyone and welcome to our channel, where we talk about the latest updates on XRP and the cryptocurrency world in general. If this is your first time watching one of our videos, we happily send you a special welcome. We invite you to hit on the notification bell so you never miss another video. We are announcing that this channel has a giveaway of 200 XRP. To stand the chance of participating, all you have to do is simply subscribe to the channel, like this video and comment with the hashtag XRP, and the winner will be announced on the 28th of February. On November 7, 2022, the District Court in New Hampshire granted summary judgment in favor of the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission, SEC, against the blockchain payment network LBRY. This was the third notable win for the agency, following the SEC's victories against Kik and Telegram, while the Ripple case was about to be decided, also on summary judgment. Although the court's opinion hardly broke new ground, relying on fact-specific analysis based on the Howey test, the LBRY decision continues a trend of courts focusing on the specific details to determine whether tokens constitute an investment contract based on a test that dates back to 1946. Meanwhile, the crypto industry in the US is still waiting for proper regulation. Was Ripple ever interested in regulation? The general cryptocurrency markets are expected to benefit from regulation because it will bring new investors and order. Ripple, itself, also stands to benefit from increased regulation. Its products assist in implementing existing regulatory initiatives for customers. For example, XCurrent, the company's product for messaging between banks, complies with existing regulatory processes. Based on individual domestic regulations, Ripple supports each bank to identify and assist with meeting all regulatory requirements, the product's brochure states. But their main benefit comes from simplifying and expediting the complex rulebook that dictates cross-border transfers. Within the current regulatory framework, individual governments are responsible for writing and implementing regulations. This increases costs and complexity of operations for financial services institutions. In its statements, Ripple has repeatedly called for an international framework for its product suite. Regulatory clarity in a changed financial ecosystem will help increase the market for its products and bring in new customers for Ripple. It could also benefit XRP, Ripple's cryptocurrency, which has been on a downward slide on the back of a wave of negative media reports. Regulation for cryptocurrencies will increase its adoption among financial institutions using XRP, Ripple's product that uses XRP, and increase its valuation in cryptocurrency markets. What does Ripple CEO think about regulation currently? Please, do not forget to subscribe to our channel and also hit that notification bell to be the first person to get more updates about the latest happenings as regards to XRP. Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse said the lack of clarity in U.S. regulation of cryptocurrencies is frustrating. Known for the cryptocurrency XRP, the fintech company has been caught in a high-stakes legal tussle with the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission since last year. In December, the SEC filed charges against the firm, Garlinghouse, and a Ripple co-founder, alleging they raised more than $1.3 billion through an unregistered securities offering. Garlinghouse said the U.S. has yet to provide clear regulatory guidelines for cryptocurrencies, unlike countries in Asia. I give credit to markets like Singapore and even parts of Korea where there really has been a thoughtful government-led effort to define and have clear regulatory frameworks around cryptocurrencies, he told CNBC's Squawk Box Asia. He cited the company's ongoing legal battle with the SEC as an example of where the regulatory framework remains unclear. Ironically, here in the United States they have not provided that same clarity. It is the only country on the planet that has said XRP is anything other than a currency, he noted. The SEC has said XRP is a security, and so we're now engaged in a court discussion. So far, I feel good about how that's been going, but it's certainly frustrating. In a complaint filed in December, the SEC said Ripple created an information vacuum when it did not disclose the offering to investors. The agency argues the company was required to share this kind of material information with investors because XRP can be considered an investment contract under certain circumstances and therefore a security under the federal securities laws. Financial regulators globally are looking into how they should regulate the cryptocurrency industry. Garlinghouse downplayed the current scrutiny of cryptocurrencies, saying the industry should continue to focus on what these technologies provide to customers. I think at the end of the day, the industry should focus on utility. And are these technologies solving real problems for real customers, he said, adding that Ripple will continue to leverage its XRP ledger and tokens to make payments efficiently. Furthermore, the chaos in the crypto industry after the collapse of FTX has put the entire industry under tighter scrutiny by regulators. FTX was once the second largest exchange globally. It has taken down many small and big companies along with it. Investors lost billions of dollars globally with direct or indirect exposure to FTX. Jeff Sprecher, the CEO of Intercontinental Exchange, believes that regulators will deal with most cryptocurrencies like securities, according to a Reuters report. Whereas Gene Hoffman, the COO of Chia Network, anticipates that a federal judge would rule XRP tokens as securities. Gene Hoffman mentioned in a tweet last year that Bill Hinman, the former director at the Securities and Exchange Commission, warned Ripple that he viewed its unregistered XRP distribution as illegal. Contrary to this, John Deaton shared his opinions through a Twitter thread, debunking Hoffman's opinions. Deaton is a crypto enthusiast lawyer leading a class action lawsuit against the SEC. According to John Deaton, there is no meaning to Bill Hinman's comments under proper context. Are cryptocurrencies unregistered securities? Jeff Sprecher firmly believes that most cryptocurrencies are going to be regulated as securities. According to him, there is no need for separate laws to govern cryptocurrency as they are no different from stocks or other securities. What does that mean? It means more transparency, it means segregated client funds, the role of the broker as a broker-dealer will be overseeing, and the exchanges will be separated from the brokers. The settlement and clearing will be separated from the exchanges, he said. Furthermore, Bitcoin bull Michael Saylor recently said that all altcoins are unregistered securities. He says the best thing will be for the SEC to shut down all unregistered securities as they are committing securities fraud, especially Ethereum. Why does the SEC seek to destroy all cryptos and not to regulate them? Please, do not forget to subscribe to our channel and also hit that notification bell to be the first person to get more updates about the latest happenings as regards to XRP. In the latest filing, the SEC has now reaffirmed its tough stance against LBRY and the crypto industry as a whole. James K. Fillon, a former federal prosecutor and defense lawyer, referenced the SEC's letter in which the agency claims that a penalty equal to LBRY's total pecuniary gain of $22 million is fair and reasonable under the circumstances. The SEC doesn't want to regulate crypto, it wants to kill it in the United States, Fillon said. As XRP community attorney and YouTuber Jeremy Hogan explained, the SEC is seeking an injunction against LBRY for future sales. Hogan further commented, and on the next page, the SEC argues the court can't rule on future sales by Amici because they are too speculative. I think the judge is realizing now that this was never about protecting anyone. Bill Morgan, another attorney from the XRP community, commented on the SEC's letter as an avoidable defeat by which the judge has made a rod for his own back. What does it imply for Ripple? Ultimately, the same stance of the SEC is evident in Ripple's lawsuit. The watchdog's goal is to declare all XRP token transactions as securities transactions from inception into the future, also independent from the primary or secondary market. If Ripple fails to highlight the differences in their case and prove the applicability of the Howey test, the blockchain startup could face a nasty end in the US. If Ripple were to lose in the district court, the question would be whether the company would move to an appellate court and, if necessary, to the Supreme Court. The same is true for the SEC. As Deaton recently stated, an appellate ruling has much greater significance in setting a precedent for the entire industry. The fate of Ripple will thus possibly be groundbreaking for the entire crypto industry to battle the overreaching SEC. So we come to the end of this video, guys. If you enjoyed it, please make sure you like the video, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell. This really helps me with the YouTube algorithm. Also, you can help enlighten others just like you have been enlightened by sharing this video to as many people as possible. Let's get this news everywhere, guys. If you are a true cryptocurrency fan, don't miss any of our content. See you tomorrow to talk about the latest news that concerns us all as a community.